And what's up guys, welcome back to a new video. My name is Adib, also known as Flyboy, and today we're going to be doing another Autopilot and RNAV video kind of thing. So to tell you what we're going to do in this video, I know last time if you saw my other video where it was ILS, Instrument Landing System, and the Autopilot, I teach you pretty much how to do the ILS approach. And in this video we're going to be using Autopilot again, and then we're going to be using a newer model which is called RNAV. And it pretty much stands for area navigation. I don't know why the R is there, but it's like RNAV, but area starts with an A, but nothing like that. It's RNAV. So RNAV is pretty much a newer model, and it uses GPS, in which ILS uses like frequencies and antennas, like when you, just antennas itself. But RNAV is pretty much different because it uses GPS, and it does not need frequencies and antennas that pretty much do the frequency and how to use ILS. And then also with RNAV is that some people also like smaller, smaller airports. And so smaller airports and smaller runways, they use RNAV because they don't need to use antennas, like spend money on using antennas on the back and for like the radio towers. So that's why RNAV is also used. So before we get started in the video, that's what I always say. Please subscribe, hit the like button down below because that really supports me and it helps me in the channel a lot. So if you do that, I really want to reach like near 150, but I don't know if that can happen because I don't know about you guys. You guys are just sitting there. I try to come with daily uploads because I haven't uploaded in a long time. So yeah, it's like a tragedy or something. Okay, so to start with, we're in U.S. Seattle, so that's where we're gonna be starting our flight. And I lost sight of it. Should be somewhere here. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna be starting from a playing field, if I'm right. I'm gonna go zoom out a little bit more. So we're gonna be starting from, I don't know how to pronounce this now. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Snohomish County, and then it's a playing field. So that's where we're gonna be departing from, and then Seattle Tacoma International is where we're going to be departing from. Okay, so after we got that, obviously when we're using ILS or RNAV, we're going to be using IFR, and you can choose a low altitude or high altitude, but in this like situation we're going to be using low altitude airways. So here you can see it's 11 minutes and it's 27 nautical miles. And before we get into the whole flight thing, first thing, as we always have to do remember ILS, you had to use like this thing. If you just scroll down a little more, you can see the RNAV. So for this Seattle Tacoma International, we're going to be using RNAV 16Y. And let me just check if everything is right. So, oh, yep, there's something wrong here. So I'm just going to put this as a departure. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, I just want to make sure this is like the first thing that I've seen that's super straight, but that's actually better. Alright, so we're gonna come from here on this blue line, make a tiny turn, and then the purple line here is gonna take us to Seattle Tacoma. You guys can see the radio towers that are gonna be hitting on our as we're approaching our flight. So we have KSEA as Seattle Tacoma International, and we have KPAE, which I'm guessing that was our departure. And before we get into something else, I know we have to use SkyVector, but I guess you guys already know SkyVector if you watched the iOS video. So, if a quick brief on how you do it. So you're gonna go onto a website, Microsoft Edge, Google. You're gonna go for skyvector.com. You'll see their homepage, and for us, when we do it, it'll show like the U.S. map itself. So you would pretty much have to find. So when I go to my arrival, it says KCEA, so I would punch in the airport code for that, KCEA, and it would show me. I would right click on the plus sign that shows it. If you guys don't know this, then you should go check to the ILS video, but because I showed it here, so you'd right click on that, you would choose whatever approach you had. So we had RNAV 16YL, and then it would show you like a glass lip and everything. It's not going to be showing here, but I have another like kind of screen that shows it. So if I have to see it, then it'll just be on the second screen here that I have. So if we have everything good, check. Okay. fine. But now that this is loaded in, something with ILS and RNAV that doesn't have is that you probably already know if you watched the other video is that you have to take off manually. So ILS and Autopilot, ILS and RNAV cannot take care of that, or Autopilot itself. So let's just take off by ourselves and then let's get ready. Okay. And I'm airborne. Okay. Turn on my landing gear, turn off my last set of flaps, press L, right? Press L a little bit. Okay, so we turned on lights so I can see the autopilot. We're going to turn on autopilot, flight director, and nav mode. And if you're seeing this, I'm not going to explain any of the autopilot stuff here because if you check my ILS video, then I've already talked about it and explained how it works. Okay. Next thing we're going to do...
123.9 for Denver Golf Sierra Alpha.
So I know that when I was using
Seattle
Skywalker...
approach Denver Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is at 1,500 feet, climbing 3,000 feet.
Okay, so this is climbing 3,000 feet, so I'm
Denver Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha Seattle approach, continue as planned.
I'm just seeing on my second monitor, what it's saying, like the ATC.
Denver Golf Sierra Alpha climb
Okay,
and
maintain
maintain
flight
5,000 feet.
4,000 feet. Let's do that. So, to maintain 4,000
Climb and maintain
feet.
5,000 feet, Denver Golf Sierra Alpha.
Okay, so we're going to use altitude mode, select 4,000. So let's do that. Yeah, I think it's 4,000. Okay, vertical speed, and let's go up, but only by a little bit. I don't want to go too fast. Okay, now we're going to go all the way up. Glide path. Glide path is like literally on my thing because our thing, let me go check. Actually no, let me just not explain that. Okay, so next thing we do, so if you don't use SkyVector, okay, it's a little laggy, but it's fine. Sorry about that. Okay, so you're gonna press MFD, and if you don't want to use SkyVector, that's fine because Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, it already has like you can see how much what's the approach, the glide slope, or in this case glide path because RNAV is glide path. And yeah, so we're gonna go MFD. We're gonna press this dash. Then we're gonna go press flight plan, and let's scroll down.
Denver Golf Sierra Alpha, you are 20 miles north.
Okay.
Maintain present heading and altitude.
So you see, right here, 16 knots, 488 feet above sea level. And the last thing is DGLAS, so 1,900 feet. So I have to be 1,900 feet when I catch the glide path. So let's just remember that. We're 4,000 feet, so as soon as we reach Helzer, or HELZR, which is 4,000 feet, we'll already be ready. Then you have to go to 3,200 and then 1,900 to catch the glide path. I keep saying glide slope, and we don't need that. Okay. Everything is ready. Let's see what autopilot.
Denver Golf
ATC
Sierra Alpha
is.
climb and maintain 4,000 feet.
Sorry about that.
Climb and maintain 4,000 feet, Denver Golf
Alright, so
Sierra
it says
Alpha.
climb and maintain 4,000 feet, but apparently we're already going 4,000 feet. So it said, what did it say? It said 3,200 feet. So I'm actually gonna just go 3,200 feet. I think that's better because we're kind of on a tight schedule here. So. Okay, we just reached Kenmo, and to go 3,200 feet, let's actually go a little faster, or more higher. Or actually, let's go there. I'm actually going to do 1,900 feet, because I think we're on a really tight schedule, and we're going a little too fast. Other than that, we're fine. So I'm just going to press in.
Denver Golf Sierra Alpha climb and maintain 3,200 feet.
Because that was our glide path. So kind of my plane going a little fast, but I'll
Climb and maintain 3,200 feet, Denver Golf Sierra Alpha.
Okay, turn on vertical speed. why is it 1,000? Okay, I don't know why it's 1,000. That's fine. We have to go down. Okay, which hell ZR? So we're gonna, since that's our first approach, we're gonna turn on first set of flaps, turn on landing gear, because that's what I always do. Make sure we're going down to feet because we have to go really fast. But I think we're doing nice here.
Charter Golf, Sierra Alpha. You are 11 miles north of Seattle.
I see my runway, it's 16L, so on the left side. Our speed should be a little slower. Actually, let's just turn on my throttle.
Tower on 120.905 Dr. Golf Sierra Alpha.
Remember to turn on approach
Seattle
mode
Tower,
because that's what we
Dr.
do
Alpha
ILS
Sierra
and
X-ray Golf
RNAV.
Sierra Alpha,
Turn
10
on
miles
approach mode
north
right
inbound
before we
RNAV
reach
Yankee
our
runway 16
thing,
left approach.
so we can actually.
Sierra
I'm
Alpha
looking
Sierra
at my
X-ray
map
Golf
here.
Sierra Alpha Seattle Tower. Cleared on Yankee runway 16 left approach. Altimeter 29.9 to wing 253.
Okay, so we're about to reach 1,900 feet, which is good. Looking at our, you see like our main road here, right here. It's just 2,000 feet, and then you can see there's like this G on the side, and that means glide path. So if you see that diamond, that has to be literally aligned with the runway. And as soon as we reach DGLAS, we have to turn on this approach mode. Or we can actually do before, but I don't want to make sure this is good and perfect. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on now because I don't want to make sure I'm late. Okay, so I think we're good now. I think we'll be able to cross the guide path and go down. I'm actually going to, wait a minute, okay. I'm actually going to go outside now because
Sierra Golf Sierra Alpha cleared to land runway 16 left.
okay, so it's in clear
Wing
to runway
253 at tree.
1RL.
Caution the generic landing runway 16 right.
Okay, let's see if we catch our
Clear
cloud.
to land runway 16 left Dr.
I'm
Golf Sierra
so
Alpha.
nervous, bro. Okay. DGLS. Okay. You caught it. Okay. So when you caught it, you can pretty much see. I don't know why it's not green because our approach mode is on, but that's fine. You can see that you caught the glide path is because when your plane is suddenly going down, and you can see VS here, 750, that means going down 750 feet per minute. So that shows that our glide path has been caught. And you can also see that it's not that I'm not doing vertical speed is because it shows the 4 dashes. If I did turn on vertical speed, then it would show like whatever I set it to. So glide path is currently on. It's saying we're a little low, but we're not. It says we're a little lower than the glide path, but I keep mixing the glide slope and glide path. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're a little low, but I think that's fine. I think we'll be able to reach. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, we just at our last checkpoint or radio tower, or point. You could just say point until we reach the runway. But right here you can see 16L, 16R, and I think that's another one. But we're landing right here. It's perfectly aligned. And for apparently when I try RNAV. Sometimes, I think I've done ILS, sometimes it would just land by itself, like I don't have to do anything. Like I could just wait now, I can like take pictures of the scenery or something. Like this kind of looks beautiful. Yeah, so like, sometimes I wouldn't even have to land the plane. It was just like, you sit there and enjoy. If something goes a little wrong, but that's fine. You can take control. Other than that, you're pretty much fine. And that's how I'd be using RNAV in this situation. I'm just gonna go in this mode because I don't think we need anything. Yeah, I think we're perfect. Okay. Now I'm gonna kind of control it a little bit. And that's fine. Because now at this moment you can use it, but I'm just making sure I'm completely in line. Yeah, this is really perfect for me. I'm gonna turn on my last set of flaps. Kind of late, but that's fine. Just to slow the plane so we don't bounce when we hit the runway. Other than that, we're pretty good. Make sure we have a smooth landing. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna use brakes. No spoilers on this plane. I'm pretty
Sierra
sure.
Golf Sierra
So
Alpha
we can't
exit
use that.
runway when able.
Use brakes. And in this situation, I would be using taxi, but I want to end the video a little short, so I'm just gonna leave the plane here. So that's how you use RNAV and Autopilot. Well, pretty much RNAV, the GPS system, area navigation. If you have a problem that you might have, you can go back in the video, or you can either just comment down below what you have as a problem. And okay. So yeah, that's how you use RNAV, and I shall see you next time. Bye.